Hello! My name's Sam, my pronouns are they, them, and welcome back to my office. So, we have a lot to go through right now, and I'm a little overwhelmed by it all. So, I'm doing like a very early Christmas holiday haul kind of vibe. This is like Christmas for my mom, and then Christmas for myself that I bought for myself. And I'm just doing it early because I can. Because my holiday season is over. And I'm pretty content with that. Let's kind of go through and I can show you. I'm going to start with what my mom got for me. And then I'll go on to what I got for myself. So let's do that. So the first one is Ordinary Monsters by J.M. Miro. Look at it. Look at how pretty it is. And look at how big it is. It's so many pages. Oh my god. Can you see that? There. I love that. From what I understand, this is like a kind of school for gifted children, dangerous situation kind of vibe. I've heard, I haven't heard much about it lately. I started hearing about it quite a few months ago, and you know what? Put a chunky fantasy book in front of me, and I most likely will say yes. So, I can't hold myself. Besides, just look at how beautiful that is. Like, how could you say no? So the next one that my mom got for me is Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Lynn. And also, just look at how beautiful this is. Again, with the engraved cover. Love that. Love that. Can that be a vibe forever? Because I'm the kind of person who takes off the dust jackets, so I like to have a little something underneath. Let's see. An enthralling debut fantasy inspired by the legend of Chang'e, the Chinese moon goddess, in which a young woman's quest to free her mother sets her on a dangerous path and pits her against the most powerful immortal in the realm. So, I've also heard amazing things about this as a fantasy. I read earlier this year, Six Crimson Cranes. I forget who the author is. And I enjoyed it. But I'm pretty sure it was YA. And I think that was my problem, as I didn't want it to be YA at the time. So I think that this will give me some of the same vibes. And I've been really into the lore of Asian cultures recently. Because it's just really intricate and beautiful most of the time. And intriguing. So, between that little spark of interest that I've been having recently and all of the amazing things that everyone's been saying about this book, how could I not want to read it? I mean, it's just stunning. So yeah. The next one is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This is another instance. I swear to God, we're going to get to the point where I actually know what some of these are about, but this one's another instance where I honestly don't know what it's about, but some of the people that I really love have been raving about this, so I was curious. I kind of feel like this is a little bit of a sci-fi kind of vibe from what I'm reading, but I'm not really sure. I am currently realizing that, oh no, so I'm still excited to read this, but the main characters, which seem like they are going to be romantic interests in some variety, are Sam and Sadie. Hi, I'm Sam. This is my 13-year-old dog, Sadie. Fuck me, right, kid? Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. What a thing to come to realize after I have the book. It's fine. I'm still excited for it, whatever it ends up being. I've heard too many good things about it to not be excited. So, The next one she got was The Monster of Elendhaven by Jennifer Giesbrecht. So, I read this for my spooky season TBR, and I really loved it. So I read it through my library online, and I really enjoyed it. It was really kind of messed up. So it's about this sorcerer who, basically the town is kind of like a part of the reason that his entire family dies when he's a child. So he's super salty, and he ends up making everyone forget as to why everyone died. And he wants to get revenge on the town because his family was like a founding family of the town, and this little town did him so dirty. So he gets this monster to start helping him with his bidding. And there's a romance between them, but it's not like a good romance. Like, it's a good romance, but it's not a good romance. You know. But I really enjoyed their character dynamic together, the way they communicated, all of that fun stuff. So I wanted a copy of this because it was really, really good. Even though it was really short. Again, with the engravings. Is publishing getting my vibe? Publishing might be getting my vibe. So the next one is not interesting for anyone else but me. Dictionary to Narratology, Revised Edition by Gerald Prince. I love narratology. It was my favorite thing to study in college, and I'm looking to kind of get back into it. So, just a little handbook, a little something for me to have, so Google doesn't have to be my best friend, because Google and narratology, it's a very windy road. It's not like a straightforward definition kind of thing, and sometimes you just don't want to have to wind through the road when you're reading articles upon articles. You just want an answer. My next two I'm super excited about. It's The Extraordinaries and Flashfire by TJ Klune. So the first and the second book in his The Extraordinaries series. So I read The Extraordinaries, and I had this whole thing earlier this year when I read Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer, and I DNF'd it, and I was kind of like, I'm giving up on YA for the most part. I don't enjoy, like, watching these kids go through, like, these horribly embarrassing times anymore. Like, it kind of hurts in my heart. So I haven't really been touching YA since then, but, like, I loved this. Not to just throw Marissa Meyer out, because, like, I love Marissa Meyer. This is everything that I wanted from the Renegade series. This is so cute. This is so antsy. This is so gay. It's got cute little superheroes. Cute little vibes. I just loved it. So this one was about these two boys who, one of them ends up being an extraordinary, which is a dude with superpowers, and he's kind of like this Batman vibes throughout the city, and his best friend is just like, God, I want to be an extraordinary so bad, and he's like willing to jump into like a toxic lake to try and produce trauma in his system, to become an extraordinary. And it kind of unwinds from there. It's their romance, it's their uncovering of the fact that, you know, my best friend's an extraordinary and he never told me, and I've been in love with him, and I've been writing fan fiction about this one extraordinary, that is actually technically, like, your arch nemesis. You're my best friend and I love you, but I've kind of been in love with your arch nemesis for forever, and you've just been, like, reading this long-ass fan fiction about this arch nemesis that that he's been in love with for, like, years. And it's, this year TJ Klune has become, like, an insta-buy author for me, an all-time favorite. So I'm really excited to read the second one. Well, I'm going to reread the first one first, because I read this as an audiobook, and I'm more interested in reading it physically now. And I'm going to read this one physically, and then I think in February, that might be right, the third book in the series, Heatwave, comes out. So, look at how cute. Little babies. God, I love them. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for that, you have no idea. And then she also got me One Last Stop by Casey Mquiston, which I don't know how I feel about this. I've heard not great things about it. Do I want to give Casey Mquiston like a hardcore chance? Absolutely I do. Casey Mquiston also wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I enjoyed. It wasn't bad. I really liked it. So I feel like I might like this one, especially because it's sapphic. And I just, I like sapphic romance. And this is also about adults. It's not teenagers, which I really appreciate. I'm kind of tired reading romance with teenagers. Like, it makes me feel a little weird now sometimes. Unless I just find them, like, adorable. Like, if I just find you to be, like, the most adorable little thing to ever walk the earth, like, that's good. But when I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh, this is a little bit of a steamy romance, and they're, like, 17, I'm just like, nope, put it down. That makes me uncomfortable. I am not the correct audience. So, I'm excited for that. And then, so this is the last one that I got for the holidays for my family. My nanny actually got me this. It's the poetry of Emily Dickenson. And I'm not a super big poetry person, but like, look at how beautiful this is. It's textured. It's like this is a beautifully textured book. Like, it's like this very nice, smooth, and it's got indents and all of it, and it's just pretty. Now, let's get on to the stuff that I have been purchasing for myself recently. And I'm really excited about all of it. Like, beyond excited about all of it. So the first one is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I know nothing about this, other than it's a super high fantasy that everyone has been raving about, and it's a big chunky lady. Like, look at how chunky. Ugh, I love it. I love it. I don't care. I don't need to know what it's about, because it's a big chunky fantasy. And I'm waiting for Samantha Shannon's next book to come out, so I need something while I wait. On the other fantasy end, I got Gleanings by Neal Shusterman. So this is from the Arc of the Scythe series. I read all of them. I own all of them. These are all like short little stories of Gleanings from the series, basically. Just little extra content from the series. And you know what? I'm a sucker for Neal Shusterman. I've been reading him since I was in like 6th grade. I found his Unwind series in the library of my middle school. And oh boy, did that scar me for life. I don't think that should have been in my middle school, but it was. So, I read it, and I own it. I own that entire series too. And you know what? The Scythe series really, really messed with me, because I was reading it, like, during Trump's presidency and the election and all of that, and I was just like, huh. So, but I'm super excited for this, because I really loved this series, and it was great. Let's do the final fantasy that I got for myself. Jade City by Fonda Lee. Also, know nothing about this. Am I still excited for it? Yeah, it's one of those ones that, like, to this day, people are still talking about, which I'm really interested in. So, I just got, like, a paperback of it, because I'm interested in it, but I'm not sure where I'm gonna land with it. So, let's go over the final 3 that I bought for myself. So, let's start with the one that I've already read, and I've read this book many, many times. I think I'm on read number 4 for this one. I just felt like I had to buy it finally. And it's The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. So this is an autistic love story, and it's about Stella, who is, like, a mathematician or something. She really focuses on algorithms and whatever in her field, and she's really good at her job, but her parents are really pushing her for romance and to get married, and that's just not one of her specialties. She is autistic, and she has a really hard time with other people and relationships, and they find her to be a little bit too blunt and straightforward. So she ends up hiring a sex worker of some variety, Michael, to kind of help her get comfortable in sexual situations, working with foreplay and such and such. And it ends up being their love story. This is the first book in the series. I forget what the second one is called, but I know that the last one is The Heart Principle. I've read all of them. I've read this one like 4 times, and I read the second one twice, and I've only read The Heart Principle once. And if you're looking for a good romance audiobook, this entire series is really great. The audiobook narrator is fantastic. But yeah, I really love this. I'm pretty sure the author is autistic. I believe so, and I say that because the last book in the series, The Heart Principle, I read a whole thing about how that one felt like closest to the heart for her, and like the most like her story out of everything. So these were all well written, had good romances, genuine connections, good dialogue, good storyline, and I enjoyed the autistic rep in them. I say this as an autistic person. I don't know how much of a right I have to talk about the autistic rep, but I am one, so I'm just kind of going with it at this point. I love these. They were still hot and steamy, but it never outshone the actual romance and the connection between the characters. And it never really felt like a scenario of, God, why aren't you different? It was always like an accepting scenario, and I just really loved it. You know, this is kind of like the Get a Life Chloe Brown series, where like you start with Stella and Michael, and then I think the second book is about Michael's autistic cousin and his partner, and then I think the third book is about Michael's best friend and his partner. So it kind of, they're all connected, they all fall in a line. I love them. I have to buy the other 2 books still, but this one was buy one get one 50% off at Barnes & Noble on Black Friday, so I was like, let me pick up this one, because I absolutely had to pick up Astrid Parker Doesn't Fall. This came out on November 22nd. I didn't even know that this was a thing that was coming out this year. I saw someone on Instagram post it, that it was out like a day early, and then I was like, oh my god, I have to have it. I have to. So this is the next book after Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. And I think that Delilah Green Doesn't Care is my second favorite romance of the year, only falling behind Book Lovers by Emily Henry. So I have really high hopes for this one. So this one is about Astrid, or it's Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail, sorry. So Astrid Parker is Delilah Green's stepsister. Let's see, she broke up with her fiance, she's been focused on her career, and now she's falling in love with an HGTV contractor! Look at them. Look at how cute they are. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? I'm reading this immediately. I'm so excited for this in every capacity. I really hope, to an extent, this is like uptight, laid back, grumpy sunshine kind of vibes. I really hope so. I'm so excited. And the only one that I am even more excited about, the most excited one that I am, How to Excavate a Heart by Jake Maya Arlo. Oh my god. I saw this in a Barnes & Noble, and I had to. Just Let me just read it to you. I have to read you this summary. It is required of me. It all starts when Shawnee runs into May, like literally with her mom's Subaru. Attempted vehicular manslaughter was not part of Shawnee's plan. She was supposed to be focusing on her month-long paleontology internship. She was going to spend all of her time thinking about dead fish and not at all about how she was unceremoniously dumped days before winter break. It could be going better. But when a dog-walking gig puts her back in May's path, the fossils she's meant to be diligently studying are pushed to the side along with the breakup. Then they're snowed in together on Christmas Eve. As things start to feel more serious, though, Shawnee's hurt over her ex-girlfriend's rejection comes rushing back. Is she ready to try a committed relationship again, or is she okay with just being a winter fling? Look at that corgi! Look at that corgi right there on that cover. Look at that corg. Look at it. Look at it! Look at how happy it is. I could cry. I saw this, so I was in Massachusetts at a Barnes & Noble that I go to with my grandparents a lot. And there was an LGBT wall, and I picked it up because honestly, this is stunning. Like, I could have this as artwork. I think it's beautiful. And of course there's a corg on the front. And then I read it. Running over your partner? Snowed in? Entire nerd? Are you kidding me? I can't help it. I feel like there was another book that I read that I really enjoyed that started with someone hitting the love interest with a car. But I can't remember what book it was. So if there's like a cute cheesy love story out there where like it's been pretty recent and it all started with someone hitting the love interest with a car, and you know what it is, please let me know, because I'm pretty sure I've read that, but I don't remember the title of the book, and it's killing me. But this, I am the most excited about this right here. Out of every single book on that list, this one is it. This is it. So, that is the end of my holiday book haul. I'm so happy with the books for this year. Although I don't know where I'm going to put most of them because so many of them are chunky fantasy books and my fantasy shelf is overflowing. Like, I can't fit anything else. And I think I might have to adjust to move everything. We'll see. We'll see where everything goes. But yes, this has been my holiday book haul. I hope that everyone enjoyed some of the things that I got to show off, and if there are certain things that you think that I'm going to really love, please let me know, because then I'll prioritize them on my TBR, because honestly, I want to read every single one of them, and I can't. I certainly cannot read all of those within the next month. So, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how far we get. Yeah, so I will talk to everyone later. I hope everyone's having a fantastic holiday season and you're not too stressed out. Because, oh boy, I am. Bye.